The camera flashes blinded me. I couldn't breathe. Reporters were yelling my name from the front yard. My dad stood frozen in the doorway, his hand gripping the frame like he was about to collapse. A sleek black SUV sat parked on our cracked driveway, and a man in a tailored suit was stepping out, looking directly at me. "Amira Johnson?" he called out. I nodded, trembling. "My employer would like to speak with you. About last night." Last night, the diner, the old couple, the food I gave away because I couldn't stand watching them get humiliated. I had no idea that one decision would bring all of this to my doorstep. Let me tell you what really happened. If you want to see how one act of kindness can change everything, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. You won't believe where the story goes. My name is Amira Johnson. I'm 16 years old, and I live in West Grove, a neighborhood most people avoid on their GPS. Not because it's dangerous. It's just forgotten. Cracked sidewalks, boarded up windows, corner stores with bars on the doors. My dad works 2 jobs. He's a custodian at the community college during the day and drives for a rideshare app at night. My mom left when I was 9. I don't talk about that. I work part-time at a grocery store after school. My paycheck goes straight to the house. Groceries, utilities, whatever we need that week. Some nights most nights we don't. That Tuesday was one of the bad ones. I'd worked a 6-hour shift after school, stocking shelves and dealing with customers who treated me like I was invisible. By the time I clocked out, my stomach was eating itself. I had $12 left from my last paycheck. Enough for a meal. Just one. I walked 3 blocks to Jimmy's Diner. It wasn't fancy, but the food was hot and cheap. I pushed open the glass door, and the smell of fried chicken hit me instantly. My mouth watered. I got in line. That's when I saw them. An elderly black couple shuffled through the door behind me. The man was thin, his jacket 2 sizes too big. The woman wore a faded floral dress and leaned heavily on his arm. They moved slowly, carefully, like every step hurt. They got in line behind me. The man pulled out a small coin purse and started counting. Quarters, dimes, nickels. His hands shook. "Think we got enough of the chicken special, baby," he whispered to his wife. She nodded. "We'll make it work." My chest tightened. I knew that feeling. Counting coins. Praying you have enough. Hoping no one notices. The line moved. I ordered a chicken sandwich, fries, and a soda. $12 exactly. The cashier, a white woman in her 40s with blonde highlights and a permanent scowl, rang me up without looking at me. I stepped aside and waited. The elderly couple approached the counter. "Good evening," the man said politely. "We'd like 2 chicken specials, please." The cashier glanced up. Her expression changed instantly. Her lips curled. "That'll be $18.50, she said flatly. The man placed his coins on the counter. "We have—" "Let me count again. Are you serious right now?" The cashier snapped. The man froze. "This is a business," she continued, louder now. "Not a charity. If you can't afford to eat here, go somewhere else." My stomach dropped. The woman's face flushed. "We're just trying to—" I don't care." The cashier cut her off. "You're holding up the line. Either pay or leave." Customers behind them shifted uncomfortably. No one said a word. The man's hands trembled as he scooped the coins back into his purse. "I'm sorry. We'll go." The woman's eyes filled with tears, and something inside me snapped. If this is making you as angry as it made me, drop a like and subscribe. You need to see what happens next. "Wait!" My voice cut through the diner. Everyone turned to look at me. I stepped forward, my heart pounding. "I'll pay for them." The cashier's eyes narrowed. "Excuse me?" I said I'll pay for them. I pulled out my last $20 bill from my pocket. Money I'd been saving for emergencies. 2 chicken specials. Put on my tab. The elderly man looked at me, stunned. "Sweetheart, you don't have to." "I want to," I said firmly. The cashier snatched the 20 from my hand and rang it up. She didn't say thank you. She didn't even look at me. I turned to the couple. "It's okay. Please. Eat." The woman grabbed my hand. Her skin was soft and warm. "God bless you, baby." The man's eyes were wet. Thank you. Thank you so much. I smiled, even though my stomach was screaming at me. I'd just given away my dinner. My only dinner. But I couldn't watch them be treated like that. I just couldn't. I grabbed my bag, now empty except for my drink, and walked out of the diner. Behind me, I heard the cashier mutter, "Ridiculous." I didn't look back. What I didn't know was that someone had been watching the entire thing. A man in a gray hoodie, sitting in the corner booth. He had his phone out the whole time, recording. He watched me pay, watched me leave, watched the cashier roll her eyes. Then he uploaded the video. The caption read, "If kindness had a face today, it was hers." This girl gave up her own meal, so two elderly people wouldn't be humiliated. We need more people like this. Within an hour, the video had 10,000 views. By midnight, it hit 500,000. By morning, it was everywhere. Meanwhile, back at the diner, the elderly couple sat quietly eating their meal. The woman looked at her husband. That girl was an angel. The man nodded, but his expression was different. Calculating, thoughtful. "Call Marcus," he said quietly. The woman blinked. "Now." "Yes, now." She pulled out a phone, not an old flip phone, but a brand new smartphone, and dialed. A voice answered on the first ring. "Mr. Hale? Marcus, I need you to find someone for me," the man said, his voice suddenly sharp, authoritative. "A young black girl, 16, maybe 17, works at a grocery store. She was at Jimmy's diner tonight." "Understood, sir. Any particular reason?" The man's jaw tightened. "She reminded me of my daughter." There was a pause. "I'll have her information by morning." The man, Jonathan Hale, hung up. He looked at his wife. "I told you this would work," she said softly. Jonathan nodded. "People show you who they are when they think you're worthless. That girl, she's different." I woke up to my phone buzzing nonstop. At first, I thought it was my alarm. Then I saw the notifications. Hundreds of them. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, messages from people I didn't even know. "OMG, is this you? You're amazing. I can't believe that cashier. She should be fired." I sat up confused. What were they talking about? I opened Instagram. The first thing I saw was a video. Me, at the diner, paying for the elderly couple. My hands shook. The video had millions of views. Millions. Comments poured in. People were tagging news outlets, activists, celebrities. Then I saw the other side. Jimmy's Diner had posted a statement. "An incident occurred last night involving a disruptive customer. We are reviewing the situation and will take appropriate action." Disruptive? Me? They were trying to spin it, to make me look like the problem. But the comments section tore them apart. "We have the video. We saw what happened. Boycott this racist diner. That cashier needs to be fired immediately." I couldn't process it. My hands were shaking. My chest was tight. Then my dad burst into my room. "Amira, there are people outside." "What?" I ran to the window. My heart stopped. Reporters. Cameras. Neighbors crowding the street. "What did you do?" My dad whispered. I gave someone food, Dad." That's when the SUV pulled up. It was sleek, black, expensive. The kind of car that didn't belong in West Grove. The driver stepped out first. Then the back door opened. An elderly black man emerged. Tailored suit, polished shoes, confident stride. It was him, the man from the diner. But he didn't look like the same person. He looked powerful, rich. The crowd went silent. He walked straight to our front door and knocked. My dad opened it, confused. "Good morning," the man said. His voice was calm, commanding. "My name is Jonathan Hale. I believe you're Amira's father." My dad nodded, speechless. "Your daughter fed me last night," Jonathan continued. "I'm here to return that kindness." We sat in our tiny living room. Me, my dad, Jonathan, and his assistant, Marcus. Jonathan placed a folder on the coffee table. "I'm going to be direct," he said. "I'm a retired real estate developer. My net worth is north of $40 million. Last night, I went to that diner disguised as someone struggling because I wanted to see how people treat those they think are beneath them. My dad's jaw dropped. Jonathan continued. Most people ignored us. Some were rude. One woman was outright cruel. He looked at me. But you gave us your meal. You stood up for us. You didn't hesitate. Tears filled my eyes. I lost my daughter 3 years ago, Jonathan said, his voice cracking. She died because a hospital refused to treat her properly, because of the way she looked, because of racism. My heart shattered. Since then, I've been looking for young people like you, people with character, people who fight back. He opened the folder. This is a full scholarship. For years. Any college you want. I gasped. This, he pointed to another document, is $50,000 for your father to help with the house, the bills, whatever you need. My dad started crying. And this, Jonathan said, pulling out a final document, is a partnership. I'm funding a new program that fights discrimination in small businesses. I want you to be the face of it. I couldn't breathe. Why me? I whispered. Jonathan smiled. Because kindness like yours is rare, and I want to make sure it's rewarded. If you're crying right now, hit that like button and subscribe. This story isn't over yet. Within days, everything changed. The racist cashier was fired. The diner issued a public apology. Boycotts continued anyway. Jonathan's video message went viral. He appeared on news networks, talking about the importance of kindness and standing against racism. I became a symbol. People sent me messages every day, some good, some bad, but the scholarship was real. The money was real. The program was real. My dad cried for a week straight. Jonathan visited us again, this time with his wife. They brought groceries. They brought hope. You remind me of her, Jonathan said quietly. My daughter, she would have done exactly what you did. I hugged him, and I cried. A month later, I stood in front of a crowd at Jonathan's foundation event. I looked out at hundreds of faces, cameras, reporters, and I said the only thing I could think of. I didn't give away my food because I wanted something in return. I did it because it was right. Because no one deserves to be treated like they're less than human. Kindness doesn't cost anything, but sometimes it changes everything. The room erupted in applause. Kindness is free, but sometimes it pays back more than you can imagine. That Tuesday night, I thought I was just helping two strangers. I had no idea I was helping a millionaire. I had no idea my life would change forever. But even if none of this had happened, even if there was no scholarship, no money, no cameras, I'd still do it again. Because some things matter more than a meal. If this story moved you, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Kindness still matters, and you never know who's watching.